Our next topic is small intestine. Various types of movements are generated by the muscularis layer of the small intestine. Alimentary canal has different layers, among which one is muscularis layer. This layer is used for creating movements in the small intestine. These movements help in thorough mixing up of the food with various secretions in the intestine and thereby facilitate digestion. This movement helps in mixing the food that is present in the small intestine with various secretions of the small intestine. The bile, pancreatic juice and intestinal juice are the secretion released into the small intestine. The bile, which is secreted by liver, pancreatic juices, I am using PJ as a short form, is secreted by pancreas, and intestinal juices are secreted by intestinal juices are secreted by goblet cells and brush border cells. We'll study more about this in the next slide. Pancreatic juice and bile are released through hepatopancreatic duct. We have studied that hepatopancreatic duct is a common duct for both pancreatic juice and bile. The pancreatic juice contains inactive enzymes like trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidase, amylase, lipase and nuclease. These enzymes are currently in a proenzyme state. They are inactive. They have to be converted into enzyme. Trypsinogen is activated by an enzyme enterokinase. Trypsinogen is a proenzyme. Trypsinogen is a proenzyme which is converted into trypsin with the help of enterokinase. Trypsinogen is a proenzyme, trypsin is an active enzyme. Enterokinase is secreted by the intestinal mucosa, that is the innermost lining of intestine secretes enterokinase, which is also an enzyme, and this enzyme converts trypsinogen into active trypsin. And after this active trypsin is used to activate other pancreatic juices. The bile released into the duodenum contains bile pigment, that is bilirubin, biliverdin, bile salt, cholesterol and phospholipid, but they do not have any kind of enzymes. Bile helps in emulsification of fat, that is breaking down of fat into very small micelles. By micelles I mean small globules. They are broken down into very small globules so that they can be easily absorbed by small intestine. Bile also activates the enzyme lipases. Intestinal mucosal epithelium has goblet cell which secrete mucus. The secretion of the brush border cell of the mucosa along with the secretion of goblet cell constitute the intestinal mucosa or succus entericus. So the intestinal juice or the succus entericus is secreted by or is basically a mixture of brush border cell secretion and goblet cell secretion. So the secretion of goblet cell and brush border cell makes up the intestinal juice. These juice contains a variety of enzymes like disaccharides like maltase, dipeptidase, lipase and nucleosidase. The mucus along with the bicarbonates from the pancreas protects the intestinal mucosa from acid as well as provide an alkaline medium for enzymatic activity. So the mucus which is secreted by goblet cell and bicarbonate which is secreted by pancreas, they both help in protecting the intestinal mucosa from acid, and they also provide an alkaline medium so that enzymes can work properly, because in this case enzyme needs a slightly alkaline medium. Brunner's gland, which is present in submucosal layer and is also known as submucosal glands, also helps in this whole process, that is maintaining the pH and protecting the mucosal